All right, everyone, welcome back. We're here at another Basic Bogeys podcast. It's officially December. You know, winter golf is here. Not golfing too much. Hopefully, we don't have snow just yet here. Hopefully that holds off a bit longer. Before we get going with this episode, one shout out. One of our local guys here, Ricky, is not dealing with the snow. He's currently on his way to Arizona to play in the Arizona Adaptive Open.
I hope it snows there, Rick.
So wishing best of luck to Ricky out there. Amanda, I'm sure, is playing in it, but we had on earlier this year right there. Goes to University of Arizona. So, so that's a cool. This is his fourth
this year, yeah.
Tournament.
Yep.
But yeah, just so shout out to those two, past guests. Today we have a new guest. We have Nish joining us from the Top 110 podcast here. So he's you're in England. Where both
That's right,
from?
yeah. Well, funnily enough, we were talking about Manchester United before. I'm from Manchester.
Oh, there you go.
I know, there's a link. Wasn't too far fetched.
Yeah. So how did you, first get into golf?
I started quite late, actually. I think I probably had a bit of a disaster learning how to play. So my dad, great cricketer. I'm Indian heritage, so everybody just mad into cricket. But hand-eye coordination is natural. That's absolutely fine. So he's gone and picked up these Slazenger golf clubs from somewhere, and he's like, let's get into golf. Right, I'll get my son into it. So I was very lucky where I was growing up. There's a driving range just next door. So go down there. Like, we're Brits, so the temperature never gets above 12 degrees centigrade, So you're wrapped up warm, you got your gloves on, and you're playing and basically hitting it not very well. Never really got any good. And I just thought, this game's not for me. I can do the other stuff. It's a bit better, play the summer stuff and whatever. But just ended up doing, in between years at university, I had to move away from home for a year and work at a company. There's a load of guys there into golf, and they were like, come on, let's go out and play. So I thought, right, it's fine. I rock up with these Slazenger clubs thinking, great, I've got my dad's clubs. This is fantastic. And one of the guys called Kev was actually quite good at golf. And he said, he's like, is that what you're going to play with? I was like, yeah. And he went, oh, you're pretty good. I was like, no, what are you on about? And he goes, you're playing with blade irons. I was like, right, what the fuck does that mean? And he's like, you need to hit the ball basically in the sweet spot for it to go anywhere. Otherwise it's going nowhere. I was like, okay, right. Obviously had a disastrous round as usual. I'm sort of taking a big bucket of balls with me out on the course. Next day I just put myself in for a club fitting, and again the pro, same thing, like absolutely word for word same story. Like, you're pretty good then. Like, why are we looking at these, like, this range of clubs? Let's get you up to the higher range. I was like, no, that's my budget. And he's like, right, okay, sees me swing, and he's like, okay, what are you playing with these clubs for? Gets me fitted up for the proper ones. And then suddenly the ball started actually going where the fuck I wanted it to go. And I was like, okay, this is what this game feels like. And I was like hooked straight away. And I'm so grateful to those guys for making me get out there and play. And you'll be the same. Once you hit a ball really well once, and it goes where you want it to go and how far you want it to go, like, you just want it. I mean, I've never done it again, but you just want to get that over and over again, that feeling. So that's how I sort of started, and that was 25 years ago now. That was.
Oh wow.
And then I kind of, went to university. You get a job and all this kind of stuff, and like, golf's like the furthest from your mind at that point. And then fast forward a few years, and COVID happens, doesn't it? And over here, when we were all locked down, so we couldn't do anything. We couldn't leave the house. We couldn't go to the shops. Couldn't do anything. Couldn't see our parents. Couldn't do anything. The very first thing you could do was go out for a walk and do a bit of exercise. And then the second thing, this is before you could see any other human beings, was you could go and play golf. It was so random. And we were like, hello, ding, 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 got an idea. We're going to go play golf. And I've played every week ever since. And I was just like, this is just my, like, sort of release, and frees up my mental capacity a little bit more. So, I mean, I must admit, I'm still not getting any better. But hey, that's the pursuit, isn't it? That's the dream that we're all after.
Yeah. Same over here, man.
I think COVID was just like, it was kind of a blessing for golf, because here, I think golf courses, everything shut down, but golf courses opened up pretty quickly after that. And I know that's, like, I work in the music industry at a recording studio, so we were one of the last businesses to reopen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was working from home and playing so much golf during it. And we had both played before COVID, but then that just like really kind of ramped up everything.
Yeah, I know that it was kind of the same mentality.
Right?
Yeah, it's kind of the same mentality where you guys were, where you said it was random. For us here, that people were just trying to find. I guess we were fortunate enough that it wasn't completely shut down, because it's the only sport or the only type of exercise really that people could do outside while being distanced. And like we had, I don't know if do you guys have like the pool noodle in the hole?
No. Well, so
so they wouldn't even let us pull the flag out. So we had to have a.
We couldn't do that. You couldn't touch the flagpole. Like there was all the weird. I mean, to be fair, it now does make sense for golf to be the first thing to do, because it's the most socially distant sport in the world. Even if you're playing with three other people, you're all in different directions on the whole line. So you're never anywhere near each other. It was there was so many rules, and it was like you have to leave a certain direction off. I mean, it was just it's crazy, wasn't it? But so you had pool noodles in the hole, so if you touch that,
so the ball didn't go down into the
ball
cup.
didn't go down into the cups for people to like reach into it. So it'd be funny, you could like smoke a putt from like 30 feet away, and if it hit it, people were like, "That's a birdie."
That's me.
They're like, "Dude, I shot 44 today." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Bring that back. I'm all for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Put that on Bryson's break 50. Let's see how that happens.
So Bryson with his
the hole in one, yeah.
I mean, that's had everyone booked, hasn't it?
I think it was 15 days. I haven't hit 15 good shots in my last 3 rounds, so I don't know what the hell. He's just putting it over his house. I'm like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I mean, there'd be no windows left in my house.
Literally. So your podcast, Top 110. So you guys are doing the top 100 golf courses in the UK over the next 10 years.
That's right.
Like how did that start, and like where have you guys played, or what's on like the bucket list? Like how did this all come about?
So I'm filming this actually just in my kitchen at the minute, and this is where it all happened, the inception. So my buddy Chris, who can't be with us today, but he's my next door neighbour, and we're really lucky. Like, kids are almost exactly the same age. We get on really well. He's a really chilled out guy, and we were just sat I think his wife was away that weekend, and we were like, just bring the kids round. We'll just, we'll drink and the kids can play. And they're great. They stay up till 10, 11 o'clock, and we're just getting drunk in the kitchen. So we're very responsible parents, I should say. Sorry.
Dude, it's fine. Yeah.
But then Chris he was on the verge of turning pro actually when he was 16. He was really good. He won't mind me saying he's not that good now, but he was really good. Well, he keeps telling me he was really good, but I don't know. I've not got any verified proof, but maybe we'll find out one day. But he just said, rewinding. Sorry, I'm going to do Netflix rewind a couple of years before that. So when we first moved in, he saw me just going off with my clubs in my car one day, and came back and he was like, "Oh, you play golf then?" So I don't know what gave it away. And he's just sort of said, "Oh, actually, well, I used to play. Do you fancy around sometimes?" So, yeah, great. I mean, I love playing golf with new people. It's brilliant. There's no better way for me to get to know somebody than playing golf with them. You've got them trapped for 4.5 hours. They can't get away.
Right, yeah.
But, secondly, you're going to basically talk golf during the whole time, and that's one of my favourite topics of conversation. So, we played, we both played pretty shit, but got off the course, and we just had a great time. And we thought, great, this is going to be fantastic. We're new neighbours. We're going to get on like a house on fire. Netflix back up to current day, and Chris goes, "Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy playing golf with you, but I think we should fancy doing a bit of a challenge." I was like, "Okay, go on then. What do you want to do?" And he goes, "We should play the top 100 course in the UK and Ireland." I was like, "Yeah." I mean, I had no real clue what that entailed or where it would be. The old courses like St Andrews and Carnoustie, Troon. You heard about all of those. And I was like, okay, we could do that. And he goes, right, just one more thing. Okay, I think we should do it in 10 years. And again, I'm like, okay, well, 10 years, great. Now, I'm used to the cost. I don't know what the cost of golf is in the States, so please forgive me and my ignorance. But generally speaking, I'm paying around about 25 to 40 pounds to play golf, right? And that's at a decent course. Look of shock on your face there. is that really
Is that
cheap?
like just
is that like with
greens
18?
fees?
Is that just the green fees? That with the 18
Just the
in,
green
in a
fees.
cart?
Probably
It's
no
the-
carts.
it's
Carts are not
just-
huge over in England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, they're not actually. It's a real like. I'm a member at a golf club called Reddish Vale. So the same guy that designed Augusta, Dr. Alistair Mackenzie,
Oh,
he designed
that's
the
sick.
course as well. So pretty heavyweight. I'm a member. As a member there now, they've got 4 carts. That's it, available to hire. So if a big group comes along and they want them, like, they probably have to say no. It's just not that culture of getting the carts.
Kind of dig that though.
for some reason.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
Yeah, I'm a big walker when playing. I got into it during COVID, and then really, unless it's a tournament,
Yeah.
or I'm normally walking.
And he's turned me on to the walking part. So, yeah.
Yeah, I suppose it's weather dependent though, isn't it? I mean, we have, like I say, it's you play between 12 and 22 degrees, and that's when you play golf. So
Yeah.
you always need to walk to stay warm, if I'm honest.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Part of it here too, the course I'm a member at is built on swampland. So early season and late season, it's cart path only. There's no point in even taking a cart, even if it's no matter what the weather is, you're just better off walking to your ball type of thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's different. I'm a bit of a, I suppose, a geek about this as well. I love finding out about golfing culture in different countries as well. I've been nerding out on Japanese golf courses recently. I mean, it sounds like the most heavenly place to go and play golf. Like, you turn up, like, get your
I
clubs
see
out.
the clips of like them nighttime golfing, and I want to die because it looks just so sick.
I'm so jealous of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So 20 to 40 pounds around, which I feel like is that's pretty affordable. Like, it's not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty accessible to sort of most people. So I'm sort of thinking, well, okay, we're playing 100 of them. Okay, some of these courses are the best in the world, so we might get up to, I don't know, £100 for a round. So I'm thinking, okay, well, that's £10,000. So I'm not bothered about the cost. That's over 10 years. That's easy. It's like a golf membership a year. It's not a problem. So Chris is doing all this sales stuff on me, really, because he's obviously been thinking about this challenge for a while. He's softened me up with 2 bottles of wine. And then he goes, so I was like, okay, fine. So that night he goes off to sleep. I stay up for 2 hours, as you do, and I'm on Google Maps and working it all out and like plotting all the courses. And in the UK, so Manchester's quite central in the UK. A lot of the courses are in Scotland. And I thought, well, okay, we're not moving close to Scotland. That's stupid. But like, we can obviously get there quite easier anyway. Yeah, we can do this. This is doable. And then what happens the next day? You start putting a spreadsheet together, don't you, with all the costs in, and
Classic.
Google Sheets was getting hammered. And then from that then turned into day 3 of, Chris, do you mind if I document this as a podcast? And I don't think I gave him an option. I was like, I'm going to document it as a podcast. Are you all right doing it like with me? And he was like, yeah. It still hasn't given me a convincing answer, but I get him on, so it's fine. So I'm basically testing the boundaries of all of our friendships at the moment to see what I can get away with. But maybe after 10 years, he'll tell me he hates my fucking guts or something. I don't know.
You're right.
Thanks for watching today's episode.
To see more of our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We can be found at Basic Bogeys on all platforms.
Thanks. We hope to see you on the next one.